Thomas here, and today we're going to be opening up two of these Battles of Legend Chapter 1 boxes. I believe these are the re-releases for the first set of Battle of Legends stuff. So hopefully there's some cool cards in here that we can look and hope to get, and yeah. As you can see, they have different sides to everything. You got, I believe this is the Blackluster Soldier Link. You got Yubel up here. You got the Harpy Lady right there. Apparently all of these come with a copy of Utopia in like the weird. Let's see if I can show that. In the weird like language they use for the show. So that's pretty cool. It says in the back here too. Each box includes one secret rare, 6 ultra rare, and 30 common cards plus one of these collectible dice. So it looks like we got Blackluster Soldier, Big Eye, Salmon Great Amirage, Cyber Dragon, and Elemental Hero Shadows for the dice we can collect. So that's cool. Here we go. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop these open, and we can get to opening them up. Let's go ahead and open up this first box. Cool. Looks like there's another. There we go. Cool. Oh, it looks like the secret rare that we got for this is Extra Hero Infernal Devicer, which I believe is all of the Link hero cards are called Extra Heroes. That's cool. Let's see. So it's got. So it's a Fiend Link, 2 points, bottom left and down. Fiend Link takes 2 hero monsters, and its effect is if this card is linked summoned, you can reveal 1 hero fusion monster from your extra deck. And if you do, add up to 2 fusion materials listed on that card with a different name from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect except hero monsters. And then Fiend monsters this card points to gain attack equal to its level times 100. Okay, that's cool. That's actually pretty neat. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this off to the side real quick. Okay, and here we have our 2 card packs. Go ahead and set those right there, and the dice we got looks like it's yep, this is the Salmon Great Amirage, which serves as the 1. You got the 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6, which has the Yugioh with the 6. That's actually pretty cool. It's a neat little dice. I'll go ahead and keep that to the side here. Okay, let's go ahead and open up our first pack. Alright, so first up we have Celestia Lightsworn Angel, level 5 send the top 4 from your deck to the graveyard, then target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. 2300 attack, 200 defense. This is an older Lightsworn card. I have no idea what the deck looks like nowadays, but this used to actually be pretty decent. Next up we have Hibernation Dragon. When this card is normal or special summoned, it's a level 3 Dark Dragon with 600 attack and 1500 defense, and when it's normal or special, you can target one level 4 or lower dragon monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. And then while you control no link monsters, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it, target a Dark Dragon link monster in your graveyard, and special summon it. Okay. Weathering Soldier, let's see, level 4, Earth Rock, with the effect of, if this card is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Fossil Fusion, or 1 card that mentions Fossil Fusion except itself from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Weathering Soldier once per turn. Once per turn during your end phase, this card loses 600 attack. Okay, so yeah, I think from what I remember, this one or some of the older ones have the fossil cards, which are all like Earth Rocks fusions. I don't remember who uses them in which show, but I remember they look cool and they're really sick. This guy's neat. Looks like he's your main searcher for the fusion card too, which is really cool. So interesting. I'll go ahead and put all those guys over here. Oh wow, a Gren Maju, Daiza, level 3 Fiend with no attack and defense, but it gains attack and defense equal to the number of banished cards times 400. That's an old school card. That's cool. Cool. Here we have a Vision Hero. These are I believe these were manga only cards. I say recently, like within the last 4 or 5 years, they've been printing them. So this Vision Hero minimum Ray, level 3 Dark Warrior with 1200 attack and 700 defense. Its effect is you take no battle or effect damage while this card is in your graveyard. Okay, that's neat. You can place this card from your graveyard into your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap, which I believe all of the main deck, except for 1 or 2 of them, Vision Heroes share that effect. And then during the main phase, if this card is treated as a continuous trap, you contribute 1 hero monster to special summon it. And if it's special summoned from the spell and trap zone, which I believe all of them share, both the tribute and the special summon thing, you can destroy 1 level 4 or lower monster your opponent controls. Okay, so this guy probably isn't the best of the Vision Heroes, because I know there's some that let you special summon from the graveyard in the deck, I believe. But regardless, that's cool. I'll go ahead and keep this. I have a friend who's a really big hero fan, so I'll probably give that to him. Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn, level 4 Warrior Tuner, 1700 attack and 1000 defense. Like with all Lightsworns, he mills cards. In this case, it's 2. Then if any Lightsworn monster is sent to the graveyard by its effect, it gains 200 attack to the end of your opponent's turn. And then during the end phase, you just send the top 2 cards to your graveyard. He's a tuner, which I think is the only reason that makes him any decent, from what I remember, but I could be wrong. Here we have the reverse hollow Flying Elephant, a level 4 wind, kind of hard to see. There we go. Wind Beast with the effect of once per opponent's turn, this card will be destroyed by their card effect. It is not destroyed, and then once per turn. During their end phase, if its effect was applied this turn, apply the following effect. During your next turn, this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent if this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you win the duel. 1850 attack, 1300 defense. Interesting. It's like a gimmick card, I guess. It's kind of neat, though. Next up is Raid Raptor Rudder Strix. Level 4 Dark Winged Beast with 0 attack and 1600 defense. If it's special summon from the hand, or normal summon, you inflict 600 damage to your opponent. And then when your opponent's monster declares an attack on this card, you can special summon up to 2 Raid Raptor monsters from your hand. And if you do, monsters your opponent controls cannot target those monsters for attacks this turn. Interesting. Here we have Chronomaly, Super Rocket, or Tuspa Rocket, I'm not sure. Regardless, it's a level 4 Earth with 1000 attack and defense. If it's normal or special summon, you can send a Chronomaly monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard and then target one monster, face-up monster on the field. It loses attack equal to the level/rank of the monster sent to the graveyard times 200 until the end of the turn. A number exceeds monster that was summoned using this card on the field as material gains this effect. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can only use its effect once per turn. Preparation of Rites, really solid card actually. It lets you add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and then you can add a ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand. Really solid. It's a mainstay in ritual decks. I like it a lot. Here our other holographic card is Emergency Call. Just lets you add an element of hero monster from your deck to your hand. Really solid card. And then we have Evil Swarm Exodon Knight. It's a light. Try and get that focus. May not. Yeah, there we go. Light, rank 4. So the difference between ranks and levels for those that don't know. So like this card has a level. So it's level 4. This card, it's an extra deck monster. It's a rank 4, which certain cards and effects have effects that apply to either monsters with levels or ranks. Realistically, this card doesn't exceed monsters, which are the ones with the black frames. Don't have or aren't considered to have levels. You can't use them for things like ritual summons or specific cards that need levels for stuff. But I remember this card being pretty good back in the day. It's a level 4 Light Fiend takes 2 level 4 monsters. And like how you summon Xyz monsters is really simple. You just, in this card's instance, it requires 2 level 4 monsters. So let me search back here. Let's say these 2 cards on the field, and then to summon them from your extra deck, you just overlay them like this, and then you would just slap the Xyz monster on top. Really interesting way of summoning, but for the extra deck, I don't know. I've liked Xyz monsters, even though they've been really weird in the past. But yeah, he takes 2 level 4 monsters, and then once per chain during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. If your opponent has more total cards in their hand and field than you do, quick effect, you can detach a material, which is all these monsters do that. All the monsters used to summon them are considered called materials at that point, and they all have different effects. You can destroy all their cards on the field. Also, your opponent takes no further damage this turn. I remember him being pretty good, potent field wipe card, but I don't know much nowadays. And then here we have a Hero Lives. I think this is a newer spell card. Normal spell, if you control no face-up monsters, pay half your life points to special summon a level 4 or lower elemental hero monster from your deck. Here we have a Link 2, Wind Machine, High Speedroid, Rubber Band Shooter. I believe this belongs to the Speedroid deck. And then its effect is, it's got 1000 attack. During your main late phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one wind monster. Also, you cannot special summon special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except synchro monsters, which I believe the Speedroid deck follows mostly. You cannot, and then you can banish a wind synchro monster from your extra deck. Reveal 2 Speedroid monsters with different names from your deck, whose total levels equal the level of the synchro monster, and then your opponent randomly picks one to add to your hand, and you send the other to your graveyard. Here we have Cyber Larva, level 1, machine, 400 attack, 600 defense. If it's targeted for an attack, you take no battle damage for the rest of this turn. And if it's destroyed by battle, send to the graveyard, you special summon one Cyber Larva from your deck. Okay. Here we have number S39, Utopia the Lightning. It is a rank 5 light warrior. It requires 3 level 5 light monsters. However, like some of the Xyz monsters, you can Xyz summon them using different specific cards. So in this case, you can use a rank 4 Utopia monster. You control this material to summon him instead. Cannot be used for material for an Xyz summon. And if it battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, and then once per chain during damage calculation. If this card battles an opponent's monster while it has a Utopia monster as material, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card, and this card's attack becomes 5,000 during the damage calculation. I know I remember there being a deck to summon this guy to the field, and you'd basically one turn kill your opponent. I haven't heard much about that since, but now here we have Elemental Hero Prisma, level 4, light warrior, 1700 attack, 1100 defense. Its effect is once per turn, you can reveal 1 fusion monster from your extra deck and send one of the fusion materials whose name is mentioned on that card from your deck to the graveyard. This card's name becomes that monster's into the end turn. From what I remember, this was a really good card for, I guess, older hero decks. The ability to just have this card become whatever monster you need was just insane. And the thing too is that this wasn't just locked to elemental heroes. You could use this, I believe, in the Sacred Beasts deck to summon their big fusion monster Armatile. You can use this card to act as one of the Sacred Beast monsters if you didn't have it at the time, so that's cool. And then here, Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress, level 4 spellcaster, 1700 defense, 200 defense, 1700 attack and 200 defense. You can target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. This card's battle position cannot be changed at the end of your next turn. Also change this card you control from face-up attack position to face-up defense position. And if you do, destroy that target. Then once per turn during the end phase, you send the top 3 cards from your deck to the grave. I remember at the time this came out, this is pretty potent removal, but nowadays it's probably way too slow. Okay, so that was the first pack done. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the second pack now. So, first card here is Gold Moon Coin, a normal spell that lets you add 2 cards from your hand to your opponent's hand, and then you draw 2 cards. Interesting. The next up we have Elemental Hero Chaos Neos, a level 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Dark Warrior Fusion with the effect of it requires Elemental Hero Neos, Neospatian Dark Panther, and Neospatian Clawmouse. must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck, which was the biggest problem with Neo's cards. Some of them were really, really strong, but they were locked behind you had to shuffle all the cards onto the field into your deck. I believe the field spell remedies this somewhat, but still it was a really annoying way. And then during the end phase, which I believe all the Neos fusions have, you shuffle this card into your extra deck, and if you do, set all face-up monsters on the field. Once returned during your main phase 1, you can toss a coin 3 times, which all of the Neos fusions have effects related to the Neospatians that they have. Glowmoss had a coin toss effect. Dark Panther, I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, Glowmoss had a coin effect. So the 3 effects you can choose based on how many you had. 1 heads, you destroy all monsters your opponent. Sorry, if you flip 3 heads, you destroy all monsters your opponent controls. 2 heads, the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls are negated. 1, return all monsters you control to the hand. So you could, that was a literal coin flip on whether this card was really good or really bad, but regardless, it was fun. Here we have Living Fossil, an equipped spell card. You can activate this card by targeting 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon it and equip it with this card, but banish it when it leaves the field, even if this card leaves the field. When this card leaves the field, banish the equipped monster. The equipped monster loses 1,000 attack and defense. Also, its effects are negated. You can only use 1 living fossil per turn. So it looks like it's a weird like graveyard effect card. I don't know what this could be used for, but it seems interesting. Next up is Cyber Eltonin, a level 10 light machine with the effect of it can't be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing all light machine monsters from your field and graveyard, and then its attack becomes the number of monsters banished for its special summon times 500. If this card is special summoned, you send all other face-up monsters on the field to the graveyard. Interesting. It's a weird Cyber Dragon card. I don't know if I ever saw it play, but it's interesting to say the least. Then here we have another hero link monster, Extra Hero Cross Crusader, a Dark Warrior with 1600 attack. It requires 2 warrior monsters, and if it's link summoned, you can target a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then you contribute a Destiny Hero monster. Add 1 hero monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. Also, you cannot special summon monsters this turn to deactivate either of this card's effects except hero monsters. Okay, so let's pitch a Destiny Hero for. From what I remember, the extra heroes were Konami's way of trying to let you merge all the hero decks together, which is interesting, but I'll go ahead and just toss that to the side. Here we go. This card, I believe, was a manga card that took a minute to get printed, but it's Elemental Hero Nova Master. It's a 4, 6, 8, level 8 Fire Warrior with 2600 attack and 2100 defense. It requires an Elemental Hero monster plus any fire monster. Its effect is must be fusion summoned, and if this card destroys a monster by battle, you draw a card. This was very much a manga card of the time, but it's so cool. I like all the artwork for all these hero monsters, so that's so cool. Here we have Orgoth the Relentless, a level 7 Earth Warrior with 2500 attack and 2450 defense. With the effect of once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die 3 times. This card gains attack and defense equal to the total times 100 until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if 2 of the results were the same, apply the appropriate effect. If all three were the same, apply all these effects. I see why they give you a dice now for this. But if you roll one or two the same, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. 3 or 4, if you roll 2 3s or 2 4s, you draw 2 cards. If you roll 2 5s or 2 6s, this card can attack directly. Interesting. Neat little gimmick card, but I think that's all it is. Here we have, this is one of the other X-Deck monsters called the Synchro Monster. Synchro monsters have like the white background to them. This is a 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Level 10 water fish synchro with 3,300 attack and 3,000 defense. It requires a tuner synchro monster and 1 non-tuner monster. Its effect is during your turn when this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon 1 divine dragon token, which is a fish water level 10, has the same stats as it. In defense position, once per opponent's turn while you control no tokens. Quick effect. You can special summon 3 divine dragon tokens, so 3 tokens. If this card you control is destroyed by opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard while you control a token, you can special summon it from the graveyard in defense position. Interesting. Neat little card, but I don't know if it's any good. Next up is TG Drillfish, a level 1 fish with 100 attack and 800 defense. Its effect is this card can attack directly, and you can only use each of the following effects of TG Drillfish once per turn. If all monsters you control are TG monsters, minimum 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then, when a TG monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Yeah. Here's the other Vision Hero that I think doesn't. It's one of the newer ones. It is a level 8 Dark Warrior, 2,700 attack, 1,900 defense. You can distribute some of this card face up. You contribute traps you control as well as monsters. So this card fits in with the rest of the lower level Vision Heroes because they're all treated as continuous trap cards. And then you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls when it's normal summoned. And then you can special summon monsters the rest of this turn. You activate this effect except you're a monster, so pretty solid card. Oh hey, look at that. We have Yubel, Jaden's weird secondary ace monster. It is a dark level, I believe it's level 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. Dark level 10 fiend with 0 attack and defense with the following effect. It cannot be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Before damage calculation, if this face-up attack position card is targeted for an attack, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that attacking monster's attack. Once per turn during your end phase, tribute 1 other monster or destroy this card. When this card is destroyed except by its own effect, its owner can special summon 1 Yubel Terror Incarnate from their deck, hand, or graveyard. So that's neat. I hear this card getting a reprint was actually really nice because it was like a $15 card at one point, but that's neat, that's cool. Plus with the new Yubel support, that's probably neat to get, so I'll go ahead and put that to the side. Next up, for our other holo, is White Aura Whale. It is a 8 level 8 water fish synchro with 2,800 attack and 2,000 defense. It requires a water tuner and 1 non-tuner water monster. When it's synchro summoned, you can destroy all of your opponent's attack position monsters. And then this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. If it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. If it's destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from your graveyard to special summon this card as a tuner. So I can see you probably use this to summon, where is it? This thing, which is interesting. Next card is Destiny Hero Dusktopia. This is a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, level 10 Dark Warrior Fusion with 3000 attack and defense. It requires one Destiny Hero monster, Fusion monster, plus one Destiny Hero monster. Its effect is if this card is fusion summoned, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using materials from your hand or field as fusion material. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one monster on the field until the end of the turn. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and neither player takes any battle damage from attacks involving that monster. Okay, that's pretty neat. Let's use more of the field of fusion monsters. Put that to the side. Here we have Cyber Emergency, very good card. Lets you add a light machine monster that cannot be normal summoned or set, or one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. If the activation of this card in its owner's possession was negated by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can discard a card and add it back to your hand. You can only use one Cyber Emergency per turn. So this card's really good in Cyber Dragons. Tritron, during its 3-month stint of being a really good deck, use this card because all the Tritron normal monsters, or all the Tritron main deck monsters, you can search with this. So this card is really, really good. Plus they had effects if you discarded them, so too is nice, so that's cool to see. Next up is Water of Life, normal spell card. If you control no monsters, target 2 monsters in your graveyard, target 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in attack position. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot activate monster effects. Except the effects on that special summon monster on the field. It's a conditional monster reborn, that's fine. Here we have Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. Level 3 warrior, 200 attack, 1200 defense. If you control the Phantom Knights monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon it once per turn this way, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard, add a Phantom Knight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So this card, I remember being played in a variant of an Orcus deck where you would send this card to the graveyard through some manner to get the Phantom Knight's rank up spell, and then you would use it on, you can use it for a lot of things. You can use rank 4 to go to rank 5. From what I remember using it for was you would turn the rank 4 outer entity Nyarla, and you would use the rank up spell to turn it into Azathoth on your opponent's turn, which prevented them from using monster effects or something like that. I don't know what Phantom Knights does besides that, but yeah, that's a pretty good card. Oh, hey, look. Another one. Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak, level 3, dark, 800 attack, 1000 defense. And then if it's in attack position, you can target one dark monster on the field, change its card defense position, and if you do, that card gains 800 attack and defense at the end of your opponent's turn. And then you can banish it from the graveyard to add a Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand, except itself. Okay, so it's a searcher. Spiral Double Helix, Earth, rank 2, pointing left and down, 1900 attack, requires 2 spiral monsters. If this card's name becomes Spiral, super each while in the field or in the graveyard, you can declare one card type, monster spell or trap, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, and its type matches the declared type, take one spiral monster from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or special summon it to a zone this card points to. You can only use this effect of Double Helix once per turn. I remember early on in the Link days, this was a very, very powerful, very oppressive deck. I believe Double Helix is also really good, but I don't think Spiral has seen play since the beginning of the Link era. So, and that's the end of this set of cards. Go ahead and get to the other one, the other box right now. Okay, so I got the second box here. Go ahead and just open this up. The 2 card packs it's a level 8 water warrior fusion with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. It requires a hero monster and a water monster. Must be fusion summoned. It gains 500 attack for each water monster on the field except itself. And then if it leaves the field, you destroy all monsters your opponent controls. I love the artwork for this card. Like, I don't know why, it's like the white with the ice. It goes so hard. I love it. I just love it so much. Let's go ahead and add this to the extra hero, E-hero, vision hero, destiny hero. Okay, I'm just keep these separated for my friend. Cool. So yes, let's go ahead and get to opening up this first pack. Cool. And for our first card, another copy of Celestial Lightsworn Angel. Here we have another new Vision Hero card we haven't pulled yet. Vision Hero Poisoner, level 3 Dark Warrior with 900 attack and 700 defense. It has the same effect as the other one. You take no effect, battle, or effect damage while it's in your graveyard. You can place this card from your graveyard to your, or you can take it from your graveyard and put it in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. You can tribute your monster to special summon it. If it's special summoned from the spell and trap zone, you can have the attack of one other face-up monster on the field. Okay, so that's neat. Yeah, here we go. So let's have a great Almirage. This is actually the dice you get from this deck. Link 1, Fire, Cybers, 0 attack. It requires a normal summon monster with 1000 or less attack. You contribute it, then target one monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects this turn. And then when a normal summon monster you control is destroyed by battle, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon it, and you can only use it once per turn. Pretty good card. I think it's it's generic. It's good, like just protection. Another write-in. Apparition. Looks like it's a vision. It's a hero-related card. It's a normal trap. If face-up hero monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower vision hero monster from your deck, and then you can have the original attack and defense of one monster your opponent controls. You can only activate once per turn. Interesting. Here we have a normal trap, Sonic Stun. When your opponent declares an attack, negate the attack, and then you can special summon a TG monster or one level 4 lower tuner from your hand or deck. That's cool. Here we have the big Lightsworn monster himself, Judgment Dragon. A level 8 light. A dragon with 3000 attack and 2600 defense. It cannot be normal summoner set. It must be special summoned from your hand by having 4 more Lightsworn monsters with different names in your graveyard. And then you can pay 1000 life points to destroy all other cards on the field. And then during your end phase, you send the top 4 cards from your deck to the graveyard. That pay 1000, I believe, is not once per turn. So you can just continuously pop your opponent's monsters all the time. It's a fun card. Here we have Vision Fusion. Normal spell, which lets you fusion summon a hero monster from your extra deck, including monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. You can also use up to 2 monsters in your spell and trap zone that are treated as continuous traps as fusion material by banishing them. You can only activate this once per turn. Okay, so that's cool. It lets you summon hero monsters using Vision Hero's gimmick too. That's cool. Put that to the side here. is a level 7 Dark Warrior Pendulum. These are the other kinds of monsters or cards you can encounter. Pendulum Pendulum monsters, they go in your spell and trap zone. Um, you put them on two ends of your spell and trap zone, and they act as spell cards basically. But if you have two ones, like so if you have like a 1 and a 9, you can special summon from your hand any card that's level 2 through 8, which is neat. Its spell effect is if you control, or pendulum effect rather, if your ninja monster attacks a defense position monster, it does piercing damage. It's got 2000 attack, 1000 defense. You can reveal one ninjutsu art card from your hand to special summon this card from your hand, and then it does piercing damage. Neat. Oh, here we go. One of those Fossil Warrior cards I mentioned earlier. So, Fossil Warrior Skullbone, level 4 Earth, Rock Fusion, 2000 attack, 800 defense. It requires one rock monster and a level 4 lower normal monster. It must be special summoned with Fossil Fusion. It must first be special summoned with Fossil Fusion. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can banish it from your graveyard to add a time stream from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So that's cool. That's cool. Here we have the rank 12 Dark Fiend Xyz with 4000 attack and 3000 defense. Called number 77, the Seven Sins. It requires 2 level 12 monsters. However, you can Xyz summon this card by using a rank 10 or 11 Dark Xyz monster you control as material, and you transfer the materials to this card. If summoned this way, the following effect cannot be activated this turn. Once per turn, you can detach 2 materials from this card, banish as many special summon monsters your opponent controls as possible, then attach one of those monsters to this card as a material. And then if this face-up card on the field will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach a material from it instead. I ran this in my, or still run it, in my rank 10 Trains deck, because it naturally has level 10 monsters, and there's another spider card. I don't remember the name of it, but it requires 2 level 10 monsters, and then there's a rank 11 version of it, and so you summon the rank 10 version, you summon the rank 11 version, and then you can swap this guy on top, which is really cool. Another flying elephant. Kyoto Waterfront is a field spell. I believe this is a kaiju card. Each time a card is sent from the field to the graveyard, place 1 kaiju counter on this card. For each sent card, max 5. Once per turn, while 3 or more kaiju counters are on this card, you can add a kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. And then if it would be destroyed by card effect, you can remove 1 kaiju counter from it instead. Here we have Valeri Fawn, Mystical Beast of the Forest, level 2 Beast Tuner with 400 attack and 900 defense. And you can discard 1 card, target a level 2 or lower beast monster in your graveyard except itself, special summon it, and attack position or face down defense position. Interesting. Here we have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Normal spell. This destroys as many monsters on the field as possible. Then you special summon in attack position 2 kaiju monsters with different names from your deck, 1 on each side, but they cannot change their battle positions and must attack if able. During your main phase, except the turn this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, add a kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. So kaijus in Yu-Gi-Oh are based off of actual kaijus from like Japanese media. Their whole gimmick is they tribute a monster on your opponent's side of the field to summon it. Depicted on this card is Gameciel and Dogoran. Dogoran, it's like a T-Rex thing. It's kind of based on Godzilla. Gameciel is based on Gamera, the turtle kaiju. They're neat. There are unique ways of dealing with like removal and stuff, because you could just straight up tribute a monster your opponent controls to summon it, which is really cool. Then we have another ancient cloak, white moray, level 2, water fish, 600 attack, 200 defense. If you normal summon it, you can attack your opponent directly. If it's special summoned from the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner. Another kaiju card, the kaiju files, a continuous trap. The effect of each time a kaiju monster is special summoned from the hand or graveyard, you place a kaiju counter on this card, max 5. Once per turn, you can target a kaiju monster on the field and destroy that monster, and then special summon a different kaiju monster from your deck to his controller's field. You can send this card with 3 or more kaiju counters to the graveyard to add a kaiju spell trap from your deck to your hand. So I know they tried making kaiju like an actual archetype to play, but people only ever used it as either a niche engine for the Invoker deck, or just using them as removal. Okay, so that's the end of those ones. Go ahead and open up our 4th and final pack here. And now here we have our era Gaia monster, in which case it's a rank 7 wind. And what I mean by era Gaia monster is every time the new extra deck type gets released, they usually release a Gaia monster alongside it. So it's a rank 7 wind dragon with 2600 attack and 2100 defense, which I believe Gaia the Dragon Champion, the original fusion spell, has the same effects, and it's the same thing. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. You can also Xyz summon it using a rank 5 or 6 Xyz monsters. You control as a material. You transfer its materials to this, and then it does piercing damage. Another Hibernation Dragon. Glorious Numbers, a normal spell. With, if you control the monsters, target 1 number Xyz monster in your graveyard, or special summon it, then draw a card. And you can banish this card from your graveyard and target a number monster you control. Attach 1 card from your hand to it as material. You can only use each effect once per turn. We have Junk Anchor, a level 2 Earth Warrior tuner with 0 attack and defense. Its effect is, for a synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one synchron tuner. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card and then target a non-tuner junk monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, and if you do, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster that mentions a synchron tuner as material, using that card in this monster as only. The synchro materials are banished, so that's cool. Synchron, there's specific cards that require specific synchron tuners to make, so that's cool. They have like another extra way of summoning them. Union Hanger, really fun card. It's a field spell. The effect of when it's activated, you add a Light Machine Union monster from your deck to your hand. This came out in the ABC deck years ago at this point. And then once per turn, if a Light Machine Union monster is almost special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters and equip an appropriate Light Machine Union monster with a different name from your deck from that monster. But the Union monster you equipped that turn cannot be special summoned, so you use this basically to just get all your Union cards on the field and make, as you can see here, there's X Battle Tank, Y Dragon Head, I believe that's Crushing Drake, but I could be wrong. So that's cool, it's a good card. Here we go, another fossil card. Fossil Dragon Skulgios. It's a 2, 4, 6, level 8 Earth Rock fusion with 3500 attack and 0 defense. It requires a rock monster and a level 7 or higher monster from your opponent's graveyard. It must must first be special summoned with False Fusion. Before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can switch the attack and defense of that monster into the end of the damage step. And then this card does piercing damage, and then if it battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts is doubled. So, that's neat. You can switch the attack and defense of the monster, and it does double piercing damage, which is really cool. Here we have Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn, a level 4 light fairy Xyz monster with 2000 attack and 800 defense. It requires 2 level 4 monsters, and then you can detach a material from this card to send the top 3 cards from your deck to the grave, then draw cards equal to the number of Lightsworn cards sent to the graveyard by this effect. If this card is destroyed by battle, or it's destroyed in its owner's possession by a card effect, you can send the top 3 cards from your deck to your grave. Then you can destroy cards on the field equal to the number of Lightsworn cards sent to the graveyard by this effect. I remember this card coming out. It was really, really good, really, really sought after. I don't know the status of it now, but I always liked the card. It was neat. Here we have Galaxy Soldier, level 5, light machine with 2000 attack and 0 defense. This allows you to send one other light monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon it from your hand to defense position. And then when it's special summoned, you can add one Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand, which can include itself. I remember this being ran in Cyber Dragon decks, because the Xyz monster, Cyber Dragon Infinity, or Nova, required level 5 machines. Cyber Dragon's a level 5 machine, so this was just a really good card to have. Here we have another Vision Hero card, Vision Hero Adoration. It's a 2, 4, 60, level 8 Dark Warrior Fusion with 2800 attack, 2800 attack, and 2100 defense. It requires 2 hero monsters, and once per turn you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls and one other hero monster you control. That monster loses attack and defense equal to the attack of the targeted monster into the end turn. So that's cool. Here we have Denko Sekka. It's a level 4 Floodgate. Floodgate, I think is the right term. Level 4 Light Thunder with 1700 attack and 1000 defense. It can't be special summoned, and while you control no set spell or trap cards, neither player can set spell or trap cards nor activate spell or trap cards that are set on the field. Here we got the boy himself, Cyber Dragon. Fitting, that's funny, we got the Almirage dice, and we pulled Almirage, and then we got Cyber Dragon dice, and we pulled Cyber Dragon. That's cool. I love Cyber Dragon. It's a fun. I love the appeal of it. I love the guy who uses it in the anime. It's fun. It's a level 5 light machine monster with 2100 attack and 1600 defense. Its effect is if your opponent controls a monster, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon it from your hand, which is really cool. That's neat. I'm gonna put that to the side. Oh wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting to pull 2 Yubel cards. That's sick. So it's unfortunate we didn't get the level 11 version, but this is like the final form of Yubel. Sorry about that, my camera died on me. So I'll just go ahead and reread this. So Yubel, the Ultimate Nightmare, level 12, Dark Fiend, 0 attack, 0 defense. It can't be normal summoned or set, and it must be special summoned by Yubel Terror Incarnate, which is the level 11 version of this. It's the previous form of this one. It can't be destroyed by battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving it. And then at the end of the damage step, if this face-up attack position card battled an opponent's monster, you inflict damage equal to that monster's attack to your opponent. Also destroy that monster. So it's like the best form of Yubel. You can attack stuff. You can attack into stuff with it, and you do the attack reflection basically. Also, you can destroy the monster, which is really good. I've always been a fan of the Yubel cards, but I never really built them. But Yugioh. It is a level 4 Dark Warrior, 500 attack, 2000 defense, with the effect of, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one of your banished hero monsters, add it to your hand, and then its other effect is you contribute this card, then target 2 Vision Hero monster cards in your spell and trap zone, special summon them. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card looks really good. This is probably the one you play 3 of, guaranteed. I mean, it recycles your banished hero monsters. It lets you special summon 2 Vision Heroes from your spell and trap zone. Huh, that's actually really cool. I'm going to save that for my friend. Here we have number 84, Pain Gainer. This is a rank 11 Dark Insect with 0 attack and defense. It requires 2 level 11 monsters. However, you can also exceed summon this card using a rank 8, 9, or 10 Dark Exceed monster you control with 2 or more materials. So like I said earlier with number 77, Pain Gainer, number 77, the Deadly Sins. There's a rank 10 spider. I always forget the name of it, but you can summon that, and then you summon this on top of it, and then you can summon 7 sins on top of that card, which, you know, it's really nice. This card gains defense equal to the combined ranks of all Xyz monsters you control times 200. So if you only control this card, it has 2200 defense, that's fine. What's that? While this card has a material, each time your opponent activates a spell or trap card, inflicts 600 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. Once per turn, you can detach a material from this card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with defense less than or equal to this card's. Like I said earlier, you really only use this to get to number 77. Its other effects are okay, they're pretty bad, but it's mostly just an extender to get to number 77. I believe, no. So the last card here is a Draconic Diagram. It is a field spell, with the effect of all True Draco and True King monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. For the first time each tribute summon True Draco or True King monster will be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can destroy one of the card you control or in your hand, and if you do, add 1 True Draco or True King card from your deck to your hand. So True Draco used to be a really potent control deck back in the day. Its boss monster basically prevented you from summoning or using effects during its summon method. You don't really see the deck played that much anymore, but you do still see versions of it floating around. But yeah, that's interesting. And then, yep, we've gone cycled through. So yeah, that'll be it for this card opening of the Battles of Legend-Chapter 1 box. We pulled some pretty fun cards, some pretty cool cards. I'm sure my friend will love all of the hero cards that I managed to pull for them. I'm happy I pulled Bell and Ultimate Nightmare. It's a deck I never played, but it's really fun. Cyber Dragon is fun. The Falso cards, those are also fun, interesting things I kind of wanted to look at. I'm really glad we got the Cyber Dragon deck right here. The Cyber Dragon dice, I'm definitely adding that to my main deck box. I'll probably just add both of them, but I really like the Cyber Dragon die. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed.